Hiya, welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream, I will be playing the very first video game I ever played. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. So Sonic Origins Plus is out right now. It's an update to Sonic Origins, and it comes with 12 Game Gear titles, and one of them is a port of the Sega Master System version of Sonic the Hedgehog, which was the very first video game I ever played, and I will be playing that in this live stream. So Sonic Origins Plus also allows you to play as Amy in the remasters of Sonic 1, 2, CD, and 3 Knuckles. And you can also, for the first time, play as Knuckles in Sonic C&D. But the focus of this live stream is me playing the first video game I ever played, Sonic the Hedgehog. Again, it is the Game Gear port of the Sega Master System version of Sonic the Hedgehog. So to be technical, I actually played Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Master System and not the Game Gear port, but that doesn't matter. Should also point out that all of these 12 Game Gear games included with the Sonic Origins Plus update are not remasters, so they're not visually enhanced, and they don't have enhanced audio. They're just straightforward emulations, unfortunately. It would have been great, it would have been fantastic, it would have been amazing if all of these 12 Game Gear titles got the full remastered treatment like Sonic 1, 2, CD and 3 Knuckles got. But hey, you know, it's better than nothing. It will be fantastic to actually live stream Sonic the Hedgehog on Game Gear, considering that it is my first video game that I ever played. I did actually stream, technically I did stream Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Master System on my channel a good few times, but it was from the camera on my phone, so it wasn't the greatest quality, so the quality is going to be a lot better, thankfully, in this live stream. So just a quick description. Sonic's first foray onto the portable Game Gear. The Game Gear version is a port of the Genesis game. It's actually not, it's actually a port of, that's wrong actually. That's actually wrong. This is actually a port, well, I'm actually confused now. This is a port of, unless I'm completely wrong, and if so, it completely changes the whole live stream. But hello, Nicole, welcome back to Green Hill Gaming. How are you keeping? Welcome to the live stream where I am playing the first video game I ever played, Sonic the Hedgehog. The Game Gear version. And I'll be right back, because I actually have, for whatever reason, I actually have my computer voice turned on. I normally don't do that. I don't know why that's the case, but unfortunately I will turn off my computer voice, but I will still be able to see your comments and respond to them more importantly. So chat to speech is going to be turned off for this live stream. Yeah, so it's actually a port of the Sega Master System game. Brand new. Let's go. Oh, it's so great to hear that music. Always great to hear that music. This is where it all began for me as a gamer. This game right here. How are you, Power Slayer Productions? How are you keeping? I am just blasting some Pantria. What's that? Nonetheless, great to have you in the live stream where I am going to play the first video game I ever played, Sonic the Hedgehog. Technically this is the Game Gear emulation, but it is based off the Sega Master System and not the Sega Genesis version, which I'm just going to go back again and show you this, which is what the game actually describes it as. It says that it's actually a port of the Genesis game, but it's actually a port of the Sega Master System game. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Actually start the game this time. Don't know if you can actually change the border. I don't think you can continue. You can save, you can get controls, you can go to the title screen. Yeah, doesn't seem to be any way to change the size of the border. Green Hill Zone. I'm just gonna play the game. I'm gonna talk as I go through it. So yeah, this is where it all began for me as a gamer. Collecting rings on Green Hill Zone. Bouncing off springs, avoiding spikes. Whoop. I don't know if Sonic 2 was my first game, but it was one of the earliest. Nice. So you've been there pretty much like from the very early stages of the series, yeah. Now, what I always like about the Sega Master System port of Sonic the Hedgehog is how different it is compared to the Sega Mega Drive version. It actually has like unique versions of Green Hill Zone and completely new zones. Completely new boss battles as well. So it's its own game, which is something you don't really see in today's world of video game ports. Pretty much ports these days are pretty much the exact same as the other version, just with toned down graphics in cases, or even if it's coming to the PC or PS5, improved graphics. Now, my family just had some other older consoles and I really liked them. Oh, okay, I understand. Cool. But well, it's a great game. Sonic 2 to get into the series. It's actually my favourite out of the whole series. These arrows, I'm just noticing, these arrows were not there in the Sega Master System. So this is actually a port of a port. Yes, yeah. The Sega Game Gear version of Sonic the Hedgehog is a port of a port because it's a port of the Sega Master System version of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is a port of the original Sega Mega Drive version of Sonic the Hedgehog. So yeah, if you're very familiar with Sonic the Hedgehog and Sega Mega Drive, you will instantly notice that this game is a Chaos Emerald. you will instantly be able to tell the differences between the two versions, between the Master System version and Mega Drive version. And as I go along in the game, you will see like brand new zones exclusive to this version, as mentioned before. You know, I've heard people complain about before Sonic Origins Plus released. I heard people complaining about the Game Gear port compared to the Master System port. They were talking about, I don't know, something to do with the screen, that you couldn't see much of the screen. I am kind of noticing that actually now, to be honest, but it's not a huge issue. For me, it's just great to be able to actually like stream this game with much better quality as opposed to recording it from my phone, which obviously doesn't have the best quality. But I think it's always odd at the specialist stage. It always reminds me of the oh crap. You know those foamy marshmallow sweets? Okay, that is definitely a lot faster than the Master System version. You know those like foamy kind of marshmallow treats? That's what it reminds me of. Oh, I just forgot that you need to get 100 rings to get an extra life. But it's fine. Oh wait, I forgot to share the live stream. So more lovely people can join and watch me play my very first video game I played. I had to be careful how I titled this live stream, because if I said my very first video game, then people will think that this is my very first time playing video games. So I had to say the very first video game I ever played. Or the first video game I ever played. So yeah. And right down here, I always remember there was, wait, what? That's, oh no, that was, wait. That was definitely a Chaos Emerald in the Master System version. They changed that. That's strange. So I'm noticing, because this is my first time, I think it is anyway, this is my first time playing like the Game Gear port of this game. I've only played the Master System version. And now you're about to witness the easiest boss. You don't even have to wait until he ducks in the Game Gear version, or wait until he goes down. What the fuck? So the easiest boss, not only in Sonic history, but in gaming history, has just gotten even easier on the Game Gear. I don't know, don't know how I feel about that now, to be honest. Okay, yeah, there was definitely a difference in terms of the scale of the image quality. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, I'm not the most technical person, but there was definitely a difference anyway, visually. That container is a lot higher, yeah. And even the size of the 4 next to my life, yeah. I don't know why they went with Game Gear and not Master System. I don't understand that. I don't understand why they didn't just give us the Master System version of these games, because I'm pretty sure they're all on Master System. So it's a straight. I would say that this piece of music here, definitely my favorite in the series, and therefore as a result, the actual level. This is Bridge Zone, and it is an example. It is an example of one of many exclusive zones only found in the Master System version and Game Gear version of Sonic the Hedgehog. And just hearing this music, it just takes me right back, you know, to when I was a kid playing video games for the first time. And does it get any more nostalgic than that? I mean, I can talk about my first Final Fantasy, I can talk about my first Resident Evil, you know, the first time I played Super Mario 64 or whatever, but it doesn't get any more nostalgic than replaying literally the first video game you ever played. It just doesn't get any more nostalgic. And when I hear this amazing piece of music, you know, and I play it through this zone, yeah, it just takes me back. I don't know what's good. The bubble looks more like a ring. It's not even. I'm not even fully. What's what I'm looking for? I'm not even fully inside that bubble. What the fuck? Okay. I actually bought this twice. I actually got the Sonic Origins Plus update twice. I double dipped. I got it on PlayStation and I got it on. I have to get it right. I got it on PlayStation and Switch. I actually got the physical edition on Switch, which came with a nice art book and reversible covers. One is actually a Sega Mega Drive cover. And obviously I got the digital version on PlayStation 5 because I have the original Sonic Origins digitally, so it wouldn't make any sense for me to go out and buy it physically. Yeah, everything is definitely bigger visually. Like it's like not stretched but zoomed. That's the word. Everything is like zoomed in. I just don't understand why Sega didn't actually give us the Sega Master System versions. It just makes no sense, right? I just always panic with this stage. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know what the hell. Okay. There was a lot more rings in the Master System version. I can confirm that. This is so funny because I'm kind of confusing as well because the border says Mega Drive. I'm playing a Game Gear port of a Master System game of a Sega Mega Drive game. It's like, yeah, it's definitely one of the most interesting ports I think ever, like hands down. I can't even see my legs right now. My legs there. You know, it's great to play this, you know, not only like a port of the first Sonic game, but again, like the first video game I would play, and then look at where, like, you know, where gaming is today, but, you know, in particular, like where Sonic is today. I mean, you've got like Sonic Frontiers, like the next entry, like in modern Sonic, you know, like it's like open zone Sonic, you know, giving players a completely like fresh experience from the point of view of modern Sonic. But like classic Sonic still has a place in the gaming industry because, you know, you have Sonic Superstars coming out this year, and it's not like Sonic Generations or Sonic Mania or Sonic Origins. Like, it's not some kind of like best of Sonic where like, what the hell? don't know what the hell that was. So yeah, it doesn't. It's not going to have reused zones. Yeah, it's not going to have that. Like Sonic Mania. It's not going to be a complete like best of like Sonic Generations, and it's not a collection of classic Sonic games like Sonic Origins. It's literally a brand new 2D Sonic. And it's not going to have Sega Mega Drive graphics. It's going to have like modern like graphics. And I'm gonna kind of just say one thing, and I'm talking particularly now like to the younger generation of gamers. Like when I say modern graphics, I don't mean Uncharted. I don't mean like fucking Nathan Drake dressed up in a fucking hedgehog costume with super photorealistic graphics. Okay, you can have modern graphics without them being fucking ultra realistic. In fact, you can have good graphics. You can have good looking games without the game being super realistic. Like that's actually a thing. You know what I mean? Like So yeah. But yeah, Sonic Superstars has like modern graphics, a modern art style, new gameplay as well. So I'm actually really looking forward to the future of classic Sonic and modern Sonic as well. Yeah, so yeah, it's great to be able to kind of like go back and play the first Sonic while looking ahead at what's in store for the future of Sonic. Oh my god. Yeah, I think I know what people are talking about now when they say that it's hard to see the screen compared to the Master System version. You could see a lot more of the zone, of the act. Only one life. I will continue though. I can save. So I think I'll save. I can't get over how hilarious that bubble looks. So yeah, I mean, obviously like the Game Gear version will be the inferior version. It's a bit like years ago, like when the Game Boy was around, DS or the PSP. Like if you were playing like the PSP version of like Grand Theft Auto, like you weren't getting like the full like the full San Andreas experience on PSP, like or if you were playing like a DS version of some console game that came. What the hell is going on here? You obviously weren't getting the full the full experience visually, gameplay wise and audio wise, and that's obviously the case with Sonic on Game Gear. So it's a strange decision that Sega made. By giving us the inferior Game Gear versions. I'm just noticing Sonic looks a lot taller as well. Again, everything, the scale just seems to be very like zoomed. Platforms drop a lot quicker as well. But I'm happy enough overall though. It's nice to be able to stream this game. Share this game. Oh, I got an extra life. Jesus. I got something there, I don't know what the hell it was. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get me out of here. Oh my god, I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck. Yeah, I think I'll leave. Take off. Robotnik. Oh, this is going to be interesting. With this zoomed in screen. What the heck? Yeah, there's definitely, I'm noticing differences. I am definitely noticing differences between the Game Gear version and the Master System version. And hello, strange music. I love the hedgehog emoji there. Very appropriate. How are you, strange music? As always, you're very, very welcome to Green Hill Gaming. This is a very nostalgic live stream because I'm actually playing the first video game I ever played, which is Sonic the Hedgehog. It was actually on Master System, but this is the Game Gear port, but doesn't matter. Should point out that this is just a basic emulation, and I would I couldn't emphasize the term basic enough. So unfortunately, it's not a full-on remaster like the main games in Sonic Origins are, like Sonic 1, 2, CD, and Three Knuckles are. It's just your bulk standard emulation, unfortunately. But look, it is what it is. It's nice to be able to share my first video game that I ever played with all you lovely people. Good to see you back at the 3DS. Thank you. You've been keeping track of how long I have been away. Interesting. Joking. But no, I appreciate the dedication to my content. No, seriously, I do appreciate that. Thanks. Thank you. And yeah, it is good to be back. It is. It is. I've been just up. Absolutely, I am still obsessed and completely addicted to Tears of the Kingdom. I have yet to complete the story. I'm over 230 hours into that game, and I have yet to complete the story. I'm at the end of the story now, pretty much the end of the story. I completed the four main phenomenons. I can't pronounce that fucking word, but you know what I mean. So I need to go to the Pura, or whatever the fuck her name is, and report to her, and that's going to lead to the end of the story. But no, I have been doing a lot of exploration. Lately, I have been exploring the depths. I actually dispelled all the darkness, dispelled all the darkness in the depths, and I have been getting a lot of the rare armor like as well. So yeah, just the reason I haven't been streaming for so long is because of Tears of the Kingdom, pretty much. Uh, can't wait for Sonic Superstars. Me and you both. And what I like about it is the fact that it's actually a new 2D Sonic game as opposed to a collection of classic Sonic games or the best of Sonic. You know, these kind of like revived versions of stages. You know, like Sonic. It's not Sonic Generations, and it's not Sonic Mania. Is basically one thing, and that is a good thing. I need to focus here because this guy can be pretty tough there. It's even, I don't know why, but it's just it's slightly harder on the game here because I think two more shots should do him. Or maybe they made it easier on the game. Yeah. Oh god! I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead. I don't know. How many games does Sonic Origins Plus have? It has 12 additional Game Gear emulations. I should highlight emulations because the main games in the standard Sonic Origins is fully remastered versions of Sonic 1, 2, CD, and Three Knuckles. Whereas Sonic Origins Plus contains 12 additional Game Gear emulations. So 12 is the answer to that question. But just bear in mind that they're just emulations as opposed to remasters. I said because 5 people died in a submarine. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't like to I wouldn't have liked to be in that submarine. I don't think any of us would have liked that experience, to be trapped in essentially like a tiny piece of like metal or whatever material it was, like fucking like just so deep in the ocean. I mean, I wouldn't like if it was my family or friends who were in that submarine. So yeah, I mean, it is sad. That's obvious though. I think the passing of a life is sad, and that's an obvious statement to make. But I think in situations, I think we have to go beyond the thoughts and prayers and kind of look at what actually happened. Um, my take on what happened is a bunch of rich people who have more money than common sense, and as big as their bank account was, their brain wasn't so big because they just did not think of um, the safety of this submersible submarine. They didn't think about um, the reputation of OceanGate as a company. There was actually a guy who actually basically reported their concerns um, about these submersibles to the company, but they weren't listened to. And then look what happened. Um, so yeah, I mean, I guess some people who have so much money in their lives think that they can just be immortal, but money does not buy you immortality. So yeah, that's just my take on what actually happened. I mean, like, yeah, but it is overall, it is sad. It is sad. What origins? Hello, I love your font. I actually love that font so much. How did you get that font? Sonic, is that Sonic Bind 666? You are very welcome to Green Hill Gaming. Great to have you in the live stream. How are you keeping? And yes, Sonic Origins Plus is released right now. You can buy the physical version on PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch, and that comes with a art book and reversible covers. And as far as you're probably aware of this, but as far as the contents are concerned, you get to play as Amy in pretty much every remastered game. You obviously can't play as Amy in the emulations of the Game Gear titles, which is 12 of them are included in Plus. Was also available as a €10/$dollar upgrade to people who already own Sonic Origins. Uh, Blew fast. But didn't it come on June 23rd? Well, yeah, which was 20 minutes ago, was today. So it's available right now. Oh, bollocks. Do you know what's mad? I actually remember reading someone's concerns about the specific boss battle on Game Gear, and they said it was going to be a nightmare because of the way you can't see much of the screen, and because of the physics as well are kind of a bit sloppy compared to the Master System. Because obviously the Master System was more powerful than the Game Gear. Again, it's a bit like how it's a bit like how the GameCube was obviously more powerful than the Game Boy Advance. Obviously, like the Wii was more powerful than the DS, and obviously, like the Wii U was more powerful than the 3DS. And pretty much like how the PS3 was more powerful than the PSP, and how the PS4 was more powerful than the PS Vita. So like, yeah, I don't know why Sega gave us the handheld version of oh crap, of Sonic, but look, it is what it is. This better be the last shot, because I might able to know. Yes. Save. It burnt Dr. Robotnik. Look at how angry he looks. He looks even more angry when he's burnt. Yeah, they've given us handheld Sonic 1 for whatever strange reason. I mean, it's a console game. I mean, I know Switch is technically a handheld and a console, but overall it's a console. I don't know why that. I just, it's beyond me, and I'm not the only person that thinks this. I mean, that's probably one of the first like criticisms that people had when they heard about Sonic Origins Plus was the fact that they decided to give us 12 Game Gear titles instead of actually Master System titles. So I don't know why they did that, but it's a strange one. Yeah, you're right. It's a handheld. Every one of these games, the additional games, are handhelds, and also like it's kind of strange too when you consider the okay. So when you consider the concept of Sonic Origins, which is remastered versions of classic Sonic games, like one, two, CD, and three, and Knuckles. Um, and then they decided to give us like these emulated versions of classic Sonic games. So is it actually like, hmm, it's a strange one because like you would think that Sega were trying to kind of like separate this game from your traditional um, collection, like classic collection. Because let's face it, there's been a lot of classic collections of Sonic games over the years across many platforms. In fact, I think I pretty much have every one of these Game Gear games in a game called Sonic Gem Collection on PS2. We actually streamed a couple of months back actually. So like I already have these games. So the whole point of Origins was that you were supposed to have these remastered versions, like visually enhanced, audio enhanced versions of these games. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they should have taken a bit more time. Maybe this should have been a sequel. Maybe this should have actually been a sequel where these Game Gear games or even Master System games get remastered. But look, it's what it is. Next stage is either the jungle stage or it is the labyrinth stage. I think it's the jungle, which is also a exclusive zone to this version of Sonic. And the music is great as well. But it is one of the toughest zones. I would say not only in Sonic on the Master System / Game Gear, but in the series as a whole. Jungle, yeah, we're in the jungle. And I don't know if it's because of the fact that the Game Gear version has such a zoomed in image, but I'm noticing like floating apples and peaches for the first time that just were not. I didn't see them on the Master System. Oh, this boss. Oh crap. Jesus. The jungle boss is going to be an absolute nightmare. I'm telling you now. What's the story with the rings? I think in Sonic Superstars, the vines we just walked on is the rail grinding. Yeah, I've just seen that. There's a lot like it's definitely fresh. You know, it's a new 2D Sonic game. So like instead of just giving us like standard rails to grind on, like they're going to like change things up a little bit. But I like what they're doing as well. The Chaos Emeralds that they're actually going to like be your like abilities in the game. Like depending on what Chaos Emerald you have, you will get a different type of ability that will actually impact the game play like significantly like but jeez, what a time to be alive, like what a time to be alive, like a brand new 2D Sonic and a brand new 2D Mario coming this year. Like what year is this? Is it 1990? It's crazy. And hello Wacky Wacko, I know that you're definitely going to be hyped for Sonic Superstars, needless to say. Welcome to the live stream where I'm actually playing the first video game I ever played, Sonic the Hedgehog. This is the Game Gear port of the Master System version, which is the one I played. You would have seen me stream this a few times on my channel, but that was recorded from my phone, so the video quality wasn't the best. So obviously it's a bit better now. Although in saying that, this is a pretty terrible emulation. I don't know why Sega decided to give us the Game Gear emulations, but look, it is what it is. But it's definitely better quality than my phone anyway. That's for least. That's for sure. But how are you keeping? Wacky Bako, hope all is well, and I hope you enjoyed the live stream. And welcome to the live stream as well. Dancing. I don't know what happened to loud that is. Like I actually try my best to do this every time I return to this game. I try to like break it down and just kind of like really like take in what this game actually means, because your first video game, like the first video game you ever played, like that's where you understood the mechanics of a video game for the very first time. That's huge. And also the genre as well. That's an interesting one. The genre. Like this, like I grew up playing like platformers, so this is where I learned how to play a platformer for the first time, not just video games, but platformers for the first time. So learning when to jump and how far to jump. The concept of a boss battle, the concept of taking damage from an enemy, the concept of telling the difference between an enemy and a regular item, just collecting stuff and all those like mechanics that are just so like you just don't even think about them anymore. But when you're playing a video game for the first time, everything is so new, But the genre is interesting as well because like a lot of gamers nowadays are probably like playing games like Fortnite for the first time, or maybe this like particular generation of younger gamers probably started off playing like shooters for the first time, or whatever it might be. But I think the genre that you start off playing usually becomes the genre that you navigate towards as you get older, and obviously like that's the genre of game that you have the most skill in. So it's an interesting one. I'm all over the place because I saw the direct. Oh, did you see the direct? What are your thoughts on it? Oh yeah, can I just say before I read the rest of your comment? Can I just say, actually, I'll read your comment and I'll say it. I saw Superstars, then Mario RPG remake. Yeah, this 2D Mario. It made my brain fried. I don't know what to do. So many good games. It's pretty much exactly how I felt as well. But I'll tell you this much. I'll tell you this much right now, okay? And I'm just going to say it as it is. And look, I'm not saying this as some kind of like fanboy or anything like that, but I can say hands down that, in my opinion, the Nintendo Direct was the best gaming event this summer. I think it was better than the PlayStation Showcase. I think it was better than Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest. I didn't even watch Xbox event. I didn't watch, but I saw like a couple of minutes of Ubisoft's event where they were like fucking had some kind of like really cringy concert on the fucking stage. What was the other one? Yeah, I didn't watch the rest. I wasn't expecting anything from Nintendo. Literally, I wasn't even expecting a direct this month. I was expecting some kind of mini direct or some kind of like Pikmin 3 focus direct or something like that. Like, but I was not expecting, first of all, a full blown like 40-minute direct, but a direct that had that many games, like a remake of Mario RPG, is something that I have been talking about for fucking years. I absolutely love that game. I played it on the Wii Virtual Console. It's literally bringing the concept of Final Fantasy, like a JRPG game, and Mario together. So you go around to different like worlds, like within the Mario universe, like where the Goombas live, you know, where the Toads live, and so on and so forth. It is absolutely 100% an amazing game. That's been remade. But that's a remake, isn't it? Right? So, like, as far as like new games are concerned, a brand new 2D Mario, and it's not new Super Mario Brothers like fucking 4 or some shit. Like, it's not part of that series because that was so stale. Like, that series was getting so stale. Like, I mean, I think, like less than 30 seconds into that trailer, you know straight away this is fresh. But then to top it all off, just to confirm that at the end, when you literally see Mario as a fucking elephant. Like it doesn't get any more fresh than that, does it? You know? Um, but man, like they were just like right. So like Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Detective Pikachu, Super Mario RPG, Pikmin 4 is coming out. We all knew that. Um, Remastered of Pikmin 1 and 2, like DLC for Pokemon Scarlet, WarioWare Move It. I fucking love WarioWare. Sure DLC for Mario and Rabbids. DLC to Mario Kart 8 with new characters. The Batman trilogy is coming to Switch. Some Persona game. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 confirmed for Switch. So showed more Sonic Superstar, some game called Palia, Vampire Survivors, Splatoon 3 content, Just Dance, some Dragon Quest Monsters game, Penny something, I fucking blind. Bit forced, a couple of other games as well. But yeah, I mean, like there is a lot of games coming from Nintendo. Just the amount of games they showed, the different types of games that they showed, something for everyone there. Um, just yeah, just the content and quality is it's just I was not expecting that, and because of that, like that's what I would say, 100% the best gaming event of the summer for me. Um, yeah, true. The only game from New Super Mario Bros. Was the DS version because it's the first one. That is so true, 100%, because it was new at that time. Because at that time there hadn't been a 2D Mario game, probably since Jesus Christ. Let me think. Before New Super Mario Bros. Literally would have been Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. I know there was Game Boy Advance versions of those games, but pretty much like yeah. So when New Super Mario Bros. Came out on the DS, it generally was new. But then it got stale. It got so fucking stale. I mean, the worst was New Super Mario Bros. U. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, I mean, that was literally just a HD version of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. For God's sake, it was terrible. I don't want the DS version for the text in that last message. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. So yeah, I'll do the same as you when it came to the direct. Honestly. So yeah, this zone now gets very tricky. And it's going to be even more trickier seeing as it is the Game Gear version. Ah, shit. It's nice to get a break from Tears of the Kingdom, because that has literally been the only game I've been playing for a very long time. Wait, no, second, what am I supposed to do? Oh, this is different. This just looks different in the Master System version. I don't know what the hell. There we go. Also, I was seeing people recording the new DLC for Sparks of Hope, but I might get it later because I still have to finish. Me and you both. I have not played that game for months. The only game I'm playing on Switch right now is Tears of the Kingdom. I have never been so invested in a game as much as I am with Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm talking, like, I'm not like saying this like someone who says about a game that is just like, oh, this is like a new release game, and just because it's a new release game, it becomes all of a sudden the best game they've ever played. Like, I literally mean it. All you have to do is look at the hours I put into that game. Like, the last time I have been disinvested in a game was Gran Turismo 7. But it just, Tears of the Kingdom has me absolutely hooked. Like, I'm just doing one thing to the next thing. Like, it's like side missions, side adventures, completing quests. And lately I've been doing a lot of exploration of the depths as well, as I mentioned earlier, and getting all of the classic costumes from the game as well. So it just keeps going and going and going. But yeah. I would say that definitely Tears of the Kingdom is my game of the year personally, but I don't think it's going to win game of the year. Oh shit! Oh, wait a second, that wasn't too bad. There's always a game that wins game of the year that you just don't think it's going to win, and then it wins. It's like a kind of. It's hard to explain it. It's hard to explain it, like, but it'll be a game that you know it sold well, you know it got good reviews, but in the back of your mind you just don't give a shit about. And that would be the game that would win game of the year. No, in saying that, that could be Tears of the Kingdom to you. Do you know what I mean? Or someone else. A bit like how Elden Ring won. Because to me, I didn't give a shit about Elden Ring. I don't give a shit about games like Elden Ring. They don't do anything for me. And that won game of the year last year. So yeah, I'm saying that maybe Tears of the Kingdom will. I don't know, but for me anyway, every time that I see a game win game of the year, it's always, I don't know, mostly anyway, it's mostly a game that is like, a lot of people like it, but you don't. I don't know, I can't put it into words, but like, I suppose what I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't seem to be a mainstream game that wins Game of the Year. It's always like that kind of like, I'm not going to say niche, because obviously like niche like would be a game that didn't sell well, but I don't know, I mean, I suppose what I'm saying is like not everyone, like Elden Ring wouldn't be like a household name, would it, like, you know? Like, I think you have to be a certain type of gamer to be kind of into Elden... Shit. To be into... How am I going to get back up there? To be... Oh, that's retarded. How am I... Oh, fuck. Yeah, you have to be a certain type of gamer to be kind of playing Elden Ring. Whereas, like, games like, you know, like God of War, Spider-Man, Zelda, I think pretty much anyone can like pick that game up and enjoy it, like. But I mean, Elden Ring was torturous, like I keep saying this, like, but like some people don't want to be tortured when they're playing their games. I think the majority of gamers want to have fun when they're playing their games. They want to smile on their face at the end of it, not like pulling out what's left of their fucking hair, like rocking back and forth like some kind of fucking nut job after playing a game like Elden Ring. Like after like dying like 1,000 times on an enemy, and then in the end all you get like is some kind of fucking weapon that's like weaker than the weapon you got because of your digital fucking deluxe edition. Or some shit like that. I don't know. I just don't think that is kind of a mainstream experience that like any gamer, regardless of your gaming skill, can pick up and enjoy. And I think regardless of your gaming skill, you can play a game like God of War, you can play a game like Spider-Man, you can play a game like Tears of the Kingdom. But it's never those games that seem to win Game of the Year, is it? There's always that one fucking game that's like, oh, that game, you know, that kind of way. And then it all kind of makes sense. Oh yeah, that game did sell well, yeah. So it could be a game like Hogwarts, as an example, that could win Game of the Year. A bit like a game that you forget about after a while. I don't know. But too early to be talking about Game of the Year, really, to be honest, but yeah. But for me anyway, because of how invested I am in Tears of the Kingdom, like for a game to do that to the player, like, that's gotta be the reason for me anyway, that, oh god, that Tears of the Kingdom is my Game of the Year. Whoa. Why isn't it exploding? Okay. Oh my god, I hate this level. Is it actually game over, or I get to continues? But now I have to do the whole zone again. Oh, I should have saved it, shouldn't I? Where did I... Can I see... You can't see your load point, okay. I don't know where I saved it, so... Oh, wait a second. No, I don't even ask what happened there, to be honest with you. Oh fuck it. I wasn't actually sure whether I was actually on the last act. So I jumped thinking that I was going to the next platform before I actually realised I was fighting the boss. Oh shit. Ah, oh, bollocks. This is my last continue. Oh, bollocks. Wait, I remember people were complaining about Mario RPG graphics. They were like, "Oh no, this game looks bad. It's it's cheapy." Oh god. Well, I can tell you one thing. It looks better than it came out in the SNES, didn't it? It was a SNES game, wasn't it? Yeah. But like when you say no people, when you say people were complaining about the graphics, like do you mean like people who played like the original Mario RPG, um, and like you know like people who play like Mario games that maybe wanted it to look like I don't know maybe like they wanted to have like the like I don't know like the graphical style of like Mario Odyssey or something like that. Or do you mean like people who like just don't like Nintendo games and who just want every game to look like Uncharted? Like, regardless of it being a fucking Mario game, like the furthest from reality you could possibly get. Like, like when you mean people, like, do you mean like which kind of people now? Because it's there's like it's yeah. I think it's important like to know like which kind of people. Um, I remember people. I was like, "Why are you people complaining about the chibi designs? It's based." Oh yeah, so they're yeah. Oh, okay, okay, I get you now. So like, yeah, the Die Hard. It's very hard to please the Die Hard fans. They'll always have something to say, myself included. To be honest with you, I'll be honest with you. I'm just happy to see. Well, first of all, I don't have any issue with the graphics. There was nothing in that trailer that that had me kind of saying, "Oh fuck," Like I was just blown away. I actually thought that they were showing some. I don't know. I thought they were showing some Mario game. Well, obviously they were showing. I thought they were showing some Mario game coming to the what you call it the Switch Online service because they come to having the border. But they were obviously showing the intro to Super Mario RPG, the original version, which I hadn't played for years, so I didn't cop it. But then once I saw like then once I saw the logo, I was like, holy fuck. Do you know what's next now? What we need next is Super Mario 64 Remake. And I swear, do you know what? I will actually put a fucking hatchet to the skull of the first person that complains that Nintendo are releasing remakes and remasters. No, actually, no. I will actually beat them to death with a copy of The Last of Us Part 1 and with copies of Final Fantasy VII Remake and with Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 Remake, 4 Remake, Demon Souls Remake. Do I need to go on? I rest my case. I swear to fucking God. It'll be death by remasters and ports and remakes. But yeah. Because like God forbid like Nintendo decides to remake a game or remaster a game and just completely forget about all of the other remakes and remasters and ports that are out there. We're back to Green Hill Zone. And like the thing is, even though we are getting a remake of Super Mario RPG, and even though we are getting we already got remasters of, because they're out now, Pikmin 1 and 2, which I don't really care for Pikmin, to be honest with you. And we're going to be getting they're calling it visually enhanced is technically what a remaster is of Luigi's Mansion 2. Like, they announced a brand new Wario again. They announced a brand new fucking Peach game, which I'm actually fucking hyped for, because like, I think we need to see more games like that where other characters from the series get the spotlight, you know? And of course, like a brand new 2D Mario game as well. So, like, I think the new content outweighs the remakes. But like, there's not. This is. I would rather remakes than €70 games that have €5 battle passes included any day of the week. I mean, give me a remake. Give me a modern version of a classic game that's a fucking gem of a game any day, and I'm happy with that. What's there to complain about? You know what I mean? What's there to complain about? Like, if you were a company that only made remakes and just didn't bother creating new content, then there'd be a problem. But when you're a company like Nintendo that can announce a remake of Super Mario RPG, but also announce a brand new Mario game, a brand new concept within the Mario universe, like for a Peach game, you know, like, that's called new content. And Wario as well. So think of it. A brand new Wario, a game where Wario gets to be the star of the show, Peach, and a brand new Mario game, you know, alongside a remake of Super Mario RPG. So yeah. But you know, I think there's a lot worse out there in the industry than companies that make remakes. Like, I play Final Fantasy VII remake. I have it. Still haven't completed it. I've played all of the Resident Evil remakes. Well, except for 4, because I'm waiting for the VR version of that. I think remakes are great. I think there's always going to be a place for remakes. There's nothing wrong with remakes. But see, I said there's a lot worse than remakes. I'm getting to that. You see, the thing is, even though Capcom, right, remake Resident Evil games, in between, we still got Resident Evil 7, we still got Resident Evil Village, like, we're still getting Resident Evil content, new content from Resident Evil. Square Enix, like, we still got Final Fantasy 16. You know, like, we're still getting content from Square Enix. Who else makes remakes? Like, Naughty Dog are technically working on new content. I think they're working on an online mode for the Last of Us. I think they're working on something else as well, aren't they? Apparently. Like, and Nintendo, of course, are always working on new content. There's a brand new Mario game coming, brand new Wario game coming, brand new Peach game coming. But here's where I'm going, okay? There's a lot worse than that, and do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? Milking a game for almost 10 years. Yes, I'm talking about Grand Theft Auto 5. Yes, I'm talking about Rockstar. The company that seems to continue to get a free pass for doing this kind of shit. But any other company that does it, or any other company that makes a remake or a remaster, oh, you're milking the franchise. Give us something original. What has Rockstar giving us in 10 years? Apart from Red Dead Redemption 2. Nothing. Nothing. That's what. So yeah. Could be a lot worse. And you know what's so funny? Like, when GTA 6 gets announced, it's like, everyone is like, yeah, but look, Johnny, it's there now, it's been announced now. Yeah, fucking almost 10 years later. Do you know what I mean? Like, GTA 6 will happen eventually. But, like, the fact that it would take that long for it to actually happen, like, that can never be taken away. That can never be forgotten about. Do you know what I mean? That it took them that long to actually, like, announce GTA 6 and, you know, eventually release it. But it's still going to be a long way off, like. I mean, yes, GTA 6 will eventually get announced. But, like, there's still going to be a massive gap between announcement and release. Funny, my reaction when I saw the Mario RPG remake, I was, oh my god, this game looks so good, and the characters look adorable, makes you want to hug them. Because they're so small, like, yeah. Yeah, it's actually interesting that they kind of kept the original, like, because I don't think it would feel Mario RPG if they had decided to go with, like, Mario scale in a regular, like, just like 3D Mario game, or even a 2D Mario game, because it's a very different, like, obviously, like, for obvious reasons, like, Mario RPG is a completely different type of Mario game, you know, from the point of view of how he controls, like, the gameplay and the visuals, so that's why he looks like so small, like, and he's adorable, like, you know, the size of him, like. I can't believe how easy it actually is on the game go. You literally just have to jump up and down. And I think that's connected to this, again, that's connected to the scale. It's zoomed in. I still have a bottle of water beside me. It's been there for hours. Now I should be in some kind of a podcast. A gaming podcast. Just straight talking Johnny when it comes to gaming. Doesn't give a fuck who he offends. I mean, how the fuck can you offend anyone by having an opinion on gaming anyway? But you know, just not afraid to, like, say it as it is, like, you know, for all the companies, first party, third party, doesn't matter. I'll just say it as it is. Like, I'll say one thing about Nintendo from the point of view of criticism. What the fuck is happening with Metroid Prime 4? All we've had is a logo and the acknowledgement that Metroid Prime 4 is in development for Switch. But they're still saying, like, they've continued to, like, Nintendo have continued to say, like, oh yeah, it's happening, it's coming to Switch. But all that's ever happening in terms of updates is, like, they're like LinkedIn account, like, just saying, like, oh, we're hiring for, or not linked, but, like, sometimes, like, somebody, like, from, like, someone's LinkedIn account will say, like, oh, art director for Metroid Prime 4 or whatever else, but they're like, Retro Studios are actually continually hiring, like, they're still hiring, so if they're hiring, like, it's hardly, like, in a position to be released. I'd say the obvious prediction there would be that, because, like, Breath of the Wild was still a Wii U game, because Breath of the Wild got announced for the Wii U, if you remember. That was announced for the Wii U. It came to the Wii U. It still is a Wii U game, but it also was a launch title for the Switch. So I think what will happen with Metroid Prime 4 is it will come to Switch, as they promised. it'll be a Switch game, that won't change, but it'll also be a launch title for the Switch 2. And yeah, I am calling it Switch 2 because I think it's the obvious direction they're going to go with it. But yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. And I think it's kind of like the Nintendo are in like a very kind of positive situation because of that. Because like obviously the Switch 2 is going to be a long way off. So I think it'll just be perfect time. I think by the time Metroid Prime 4 is in a position to be released, will be around the same time that Nintendo announced a new console. So imagine launching with Metroid Prime 4, probably one of the most anticipated games in recent history. Like you talk about what did it call? You talk about a fucking a must-have game. Boom, there it is. But still, like, they need to acknowledge it. Like, they need to say, like, what the fuck is going on with it. Like, but yeah. But at least you know that Nintendo are like behind this, and that like an esteemed company like Retro Studios are behind it, and that it isn't some fucking guy, I don't even know his name, the guy from Abandoned, just like shows up out of nowhere. Hi, we've done absolutely fuck all. We've released absolutely no fucking games. But hey, Abandoned is happening. And we're still fucking waiting. I'm actually convinced that was a social experiment of some kind. I don't know if anyone has ever looked at a situation like that, but that was a social experiment. Maybe to see how long it would take for people to actually fucking lose interest in something. I will tell you the exact moment I lost interest in Abandoned. And that was the moment where the big reveal happened. Where this app, I didn't think it was actually before the fucking app. I don't even think it was an app. Or was it something anyway was supposed to happen? Something was supposed to happen. Oh, it happened alright. It happened alright, yeah. A pair of feet moving across the floor. That was literally the exact same fucking thing that these fuckers teased that same day on Twitter. When that happened, I was like, yeah, right, I have no interest in this. And I just zoned out. I abandoned at that precise moment in time. But yeah, like, I mean, even though like GTA 6 has yet to be announced and Metroid Prime 4 has yet to be announced, or has yet to be like shown, like at least we know that these two game series are from like esteemed, like critically acclaimed studios that have actually released games in the past. So there's nothing really to fear in terms of whether or not those games will actually, like whether or not those games will actually get released. It's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of when those games be announced. No, they announced and revealed for the first time. I'd say there's possibly a chance that Metroid Prime 4 could be teased at some capacity at the Game Awards. Because like, they have to be in a position by now to just show us something. But you know what's really funny, like, I think it's absolutely hilarious. I think sometimes Nintendo are just so good at contradicting themselves. Honestly, I remember Nintendo quoting something along the lines of, we don't show games that are not ready to be shown. In terms of like, if a game is too far away from release, we won't show it. And like, Jesus Christ, they announced Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Was it Ultimate? No, not Ultimate. Sorry, not Ultimate. It was Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS, which didn't release, I think, for like 3 years after they announced it. It was a long time anyway. And I remember like the only thing they could show like was like weird fucking like concept art or something, like bit by bit, and there was just very little information given. And then Metroid Prime 4 for Switch. Like so they kind of went back on themselves with that quote, like. But I think before then, they actually did. Like, they were kind of showing games that were like well into development and that were, in the position to be shown. And there was enough there, like to show something. There was enough there to communicate to the player like what exactly this game is, and why you should buy it. But yeah, and then you have Metro Prime 4, which is like literally a logo. But I think it's probably down to different management now, obviously, because there's a new Nintendo president. Um, I think it's just a case of like we want to show the fans, the gamers, and just the world in general, and just like our critics or whatever else, like Metro Prime 4 is happening. We're going to show people this is the thing. Like a little bit might have been like the day that they actually announced the Metro Prime 4 could have literally been the same day where like people in an office at Nintendo like said, we're thinking of making Metro Prime 4. Oh, okay, cool, and then announce it. I think that's a very realistic possibility of what actually happened. The process there of that game being announced. But yeah, I think it can be risky though, announcing a game long before release, because you do run the risk of the fans genuinely losing interest in it. And then when it gets announced, like, it just mightn't have the desired effect because people aren't thinking about it. Whereas, like, if you can kind of time it nicely, and if you can announce it nicely, I mean, take Mortal Kombat 1 for example. I think that was nicely timed. Like, everything was nicely timed. Like, I think it came to a stage between like Mortal Kombat 11 and the announcement of Mortal Kombat 1. I think people were hungry for a Mortal Kombat game, and they kind of like Warner Brothers and Netherrealm Studios kind of just built it up long enough to a point where the fans were at boiling point and they needed something, and then boom, we got that teaser of the sand, the hourglass, and then that just like blew up the internet, like, and people were like, oh my god, Mortal Kombat 1 is being teased, and then of course the second teaser for the main reveal, and then of course the main reveal, and then the Summer Game Fest, and now everyone is just buzzing for Mortal Kombat 1. We've seen gameplay of it, and it's happening literally in a couple of months. But that's perfectly timed. Whereas you take Nintendo, Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption released on the Nintendo Wii back, I believe, in 2010, which is scary to say, but that was 20. No, sorry, I was going to say fucking 24. That was that was yeah, that was 13 years, wasn't it? Yeah, 13 years ago. 13 years ago, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption released. 13 years. Now, to be fair though, the Metroid series as a whole, since, I would say, Super Metroid has been very kind of on and off. Even worse than Grand Theft Auto in today's world, because there was no Metroid game on N64. So there was an entire console life cycle where there was no Metroid at all. It was only Metroid Prime 1 that came to the GameCube. And then they had Metroid Prime 2, and then of course Metroid Prime 3 on the Wii, it's set back in 2010, which is like 13 years ago. Then the Wii U comes along, no Metroid. The Wii U comes along, no Metroid. The Switch comes along, 2017, E3, oh yeah, Metroid 4 is happening. But since 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 6 years, people have been waiting for an update on a new Metroid game, which at that stage they hadn't played a Metroid game since Metroid Prime 3, Corruption on the Wii. That's a lot of years. That's a lot of years to be hungry for a game. So gamers were like so fucking hungry for Metroid 4. So when they saw the logo of Metroid Prime 4, like gamers were absolutely buzzing. Like I remember it actually like it fucking broke the internet. Like it was the one game more than any other game that was shown back then that people were talking about non-stop. But then like that was 6 years ago. Do you know what? Like again, like it's a fine. There's a fine line between making gamers like hungry for a game and excited for a game to forgetting about it. Do you know? So you're running that risk. Like there is a fine line. There is a fine line. So I think Nintendo really do need to kind of like start talking about Metroid Prime 4 now, because like they've released a lot of other games in between, and maybe gamers are just like thinking to themselves like, oh well, we don't care about Metroid Prime anymore. We've got these games to keep us going. In saying that, like I mean, who knows? Like, who knows? That's just my kind of take on the situation, really. To be honest with you. I'll be still playing fucking Tears of the Kingdom, for fuck's sake. What I'm actually doing right now, as I mentioned earlier, is I'm actually trying to get all of the unique armor. Like you can get armor from various Zelda games over the years. You can even get like Link's original armor set. I say armor, that's what they call the armor, like, you know. So I don't mean armor as in like, you know, some fucking like spiky fucking vest or whatever. It's just literally like the costume that Zelda or that Link would be wearing in the first Zelda game. It's one of the sets you can get. You can also get a set from Ocarina of Time. You can get a set from Twilight Princess. You could even get one from Skyward Sword. You can even get a set that you can get in Breath of the Wild. And in Breath of the Wild you have to complete all the shrines to get that, so that's actually a nice piece of armor to actually have. You can get Windbreaker as well. A Windbreaker set, and you can get Link's Awakening as well, which is the set I haven't gotten yet. But I'm actually gonna stop the gameplay. I'm actually a bit tired. I'm gonna be heading to bed now shortly. And every time I say that so far on my stream, I have ended up staying up for like over an hour, just yapping away. But I won't this time. I'm tired. But I was gonna say, so I don't know why I forgot what I was going. Oh yeah, so I was thinking of using my Amiibo at this stage, because I paid money for those Amiibo. They're literally gathering dust. Literally, I have too many Amiibo. I think I actually pretty much have every Zelda Amiibo. If there is a Sheikah Amiibo, I don't have that. I think it's the only one I don't have. But I don't know if there actually is a Sheikah Amiibo. But I have the full Sheikah set anyway, so I don't need that. But I think at this stage I'm just going to scan in my Amiibo and just fucking unlock the rest. because I've just gotten a lot of fucking arming over myself in the game, and it is just taking up a lot of time. Like, so I'm gonna like reward myself by scanning in some money. But anyway, I'm gonna end the live stream, but I'm gonna say I'm not really impressed actually with these emulations at all. I think like the way they've been hyping up Sonic Mania Plus, like it's just, I mean, in a day and age where you can just literally download ROMs to get um, emulations, or is it that you download the emulator and then you get the ROMs. But in a day and age where you can literally just download these classic games for free, probably at much better quality, I think the fact that again, like Sega are like promoting like Sonic Mania Plus as this big thing. Um, um, yeah, it's just the visual quality and whatnot. It's just not very good, and I can't understand again. Like, just cannot understand why they decided to go with the fucking with the Game Gear versions because like I'm pretty sure all of these games, maybe there's like one or two like exclusive to the Game Gear, but I know for a fact that Sonic 1 and 2 are actually Game Gear or are actually Master System versions. So it's actually, I want to check one thing actually. I want to check one thing. I want to go to the museum and see did they actually add in music from how the fuck did they the game cover. I want to see that they actually add in music, classic music from what you call it. What is this stuff? Oh yeah, it's like a nice kind of like a nice picture of Amy. But what I wanted to do was go to the museum. No, guys, I don't know. You think they would have added in like songs like from? I don't know. I don't think there is songs. But like, there's a dot next to them. Who's song? No, just Sonic Spinball. Wait, no, maybe it's in Sonic Origins itself. Nah. Yeah, I was just checking. I was actually hoping that they would have added in the songs from fucking. Why is there this? Why is there a blue dot though indicating there's something new? What is that palm tree? They're not new. Yeah. So no music from. I'll just actually show you. Sorry, no. I'll show you. The actual Game Gear games. I don't know how to keep on next. So you have Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Drift, 2 players. That doesn't. If that counts as a 12, that actually literally counts as a 12 games. Because that's literally just like a fucking 2 player. 1 second now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. The fuck? Oh yeah, they don't count. Thankfully, they don't count the 2 player version as an actual game, which is good. Like. So yeah, you got Sonic Drift, Sonic Spinball, Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic Drift 2, Tails Sky Patrol, Tails Adventure, Sonic Labyrinth. I don't think I have ever played, to be honest. Sonic Blast. What did I play Sonic Blast? Mean Beam Machine. Yeah, so it's okay, but like, I think it would have been great if they actually like remastered those games. But yeah, I'm actually tired. I'm just yapping away. But yeah, I need to get some sleep. But thanks for watching. It's always nice to share the very first video game I ever played. Where it all started as a gamer for me. But yeah, I will see you next time on Green Light Gaming. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Good night.